This music is like a mirror. You keep on listening to it and you can see something. You can see your alter self. You can see beyond tomorrow. You can discard the future. I'm talking about things like that because who needs a future that's bad? So I would say that if the future is bad for people, they should discard it and get them an alter future, which is what I'm talking about on the mathematical thing. Plan that everything is done by mathematics, so if you can develop an atomic bomb, I'm sure you can develop an altered destiny. But the background as far as me playing music, I'm just like the bees. They learn how to make honey, and if you ask them where they learn how to make honey, well, they really couldn't tell you. They just want to make some honey. The bees make their honey, I make music. That's the way it is. Like I told one of the musicians in my band, he lately gotten in there, and I told him I'm just a natural. I played about 4 hours on one song, showed him all kind of patterns on one song. He was sitting looking, I said, I'm a natural. Naturals can do that. They just do things that other people can't do because they're sent to a planet where the people can learn and that the people can respect natural talent. They get out all that difficulties because nature always sends answers to people, like herbs to heal them when they're sick. And nature has a way to help people now in all these difficulties. But the answers will come from, you might say, nature's children or nature's naturals. They would know how to tell people what to do about this situation because nature does want people to live. The first law of nature is self-preservation, so most certainly it wants people to live. So therefore, it would have a way to protect them. Of course, it's got ways to destroy them too, but that's only because they don't listen. Like I was reading the paper, a psychic in Florida had predicted Guatemala was going to. Everything that happened that was going to happen. Of course, the people didn't listen. And no doubt, all of the catastrophes that happen on this planet, they are wanted and sent. It's just a matter of whether people listen. And they can always avoid anything that's bad. Of course they can, because they're always avoiding something that's good for them. So if they do one, they can do the other. Well, in the first place, planet Earth is hanging out here in outer space. It's just sitting out here doing nothing. A real liability if you take an inventory of what's been happening here all along. So when I say outer space, it's a space that's further out than the immediate surrounding territory. They're already out in outer space. Furthermore, this planet is a spaceship too. The last time they had an earthquake in Philadelphia, it sounded like a spaceship, like a motor down in the ground. I was awake that night. That's what it sounded like. It sounded like a motor was trying to get ready to start. Maybe this engine or motor is down up under Philadelphia. So it's a strange town called the WC Field. Maybe that's what it is. This is where the engine room is, and down up under it was trying to get started. Well, I'm a scientist myself. I believe a lot of things. I believe that everything is the truth, and at the same time, everything is a lie. It's according to which side of the fence you're on. Like you take in this country, the major book has been the Bible for a long time. Everything is based on that anyway. This book says that planet Earth is cursed, so why should I want to stay on a cursed planet like this? I didn't curse it myself, but it does say that the ground is cursed. So then if you get the people off here, they would most certainly be in a better condition if they're on a planet that's been cursed. They should get off of here. So then if they go to another planet that hasn't been cursed, possibility that the misery that they're suffering would not be present. If people are condemned to die on planet Earth, if they leave here, they'd be in somebody else's jurisdiction. At least a sentence of death couldn't follow them to another planet. Because when you move from state to state, the laws change. You're up under somebody else's jurisdiction, and if you change planets, you most certainly won't be under the laws of this planet because each planet has its own code, you see. So that's the main thing I'm thinking about. If you get off the planet, you most certainly will be getting away from this sentence of death or whatever it is that's causing people all this misery and suffering. Well, they say this planet is getting crowded. It looked like a lot of territory here to me, but then they said that it's getting crowded. The way people hate each other, they must be too close together. It must be getting crowded. So the best thing is to just move on out in outer space and give each nation a planet of its own. Furthermore, My idea is to give everyone some parts of the universe so everybody has some land, everybody would have some collateral, and everybody would share in the universe. After all, the universe is so big. I mean, the creation is so immense, it's endless. So why not? If every person had a share in the universe, they would feel that they had something. They also would see that they got some kind of inheritance. Everyone would be wealthy, you might say. That's the best way. Everything out in outer space is of value, immeasurable value. So if each person owned something out there, even a little satellite, they would have something of value. They'd have something that no one else had. That seemed far-fetched, but like I said, if everyone had some collateral, everyone would have credit. If they wanted to, everyone would be not rich, but wealthy. Other things have been tried on the earth plane. It didn't work because some segments of different nations didn't like it. So as long as you got one set of men like one thing, another set of men don't like, then you got this confusion. Well, I know no man would really oppose being wealthy or having a share in the universe. So the first time, to think of that would see that everyone would want to. They'd want that, even though it might seem an impossibility. So what? A drowning man can't be worrying about a straw not going to save him. He might reach for it. And that's the way this planet is now. The people are facing a situation where they're going to be compelled to reach out for that which will cause them to survive. It isn't anything they can do about it. The conditions will get worse and worse and worse all over the planet. So bad that the leader's going to want somebody to lead them instead of, they can't look to the people to lead them. So the leader's going to have a leader of leaders. You might say a king of kings and a lord of lords, the way they've been singing about it. Now, so that's the reason I'm saying that outer space, it's better for a person to go to outer space than to go to inner space. And they got to go somewhere. This planet is just like a railroad station. Everybody always going somewhere. They don't stay here. They come here and then they leave. It's better to leave here alive than to leave here dead. If they go out of space, they will leave here alive. But if they stay here, they most certainly would have to die and go somewhere where they don't even know where it's at, over to invisibility. But the logical thing then is to get in some spaceships and take off, go somewhere. Travel broadens one's mind anyway, they say. So I would say that most people have traveled all over this planet, and their minds haven't got broadened yet, so it must mean travel broadens one's mind if you're traveling out of space. Because you see so much out there, so much endlessness, until you have to have a broad mind. The concepts and impressions that would be in a person's mind, terrific to even to think about. You look out there at close quarters to the endlessness of everything, would change any man, put a little fear into him too. It's exactly what men need at this point. They've gotten they're so proud, and they think they know everything. Well, they need to find out that they don't know anything. They come to a point where they can say, the only thing I know is that I don't know. And that's when man would have wisdom, because man is so small in the universe. So then I said, I take the music to try to give the impression of what I have felt. And what I felt always has been about space. I never have felt that this was the ultimate, Earth itself. It's a nice planet, but the people are not doing very well here. The newspapers, I see problems for people, problems for leaders, and that's bad. People have to have somebody in authority, whether good or bad. It's getting to a place where nobody who will want to be leaders for people, if the people got so much trouble that it's going to capsize the boat of a leader, the leader's going to desert them. This is imminent for this planet. Leaders will be out, have their own country somewhere. Rulers too. They'll desert the people. I heard that in England they had it already fixed up where they got their ships to take off in case the people starting and stuff with the queen or the ruler, they take off and leave. And of course, you may be sure that the governments who've been out in outer space are prepared to leave here if the people get too assassinated mind, if they get on one of those things. They really got the people now because they can leave them. Space travel is definitely a thing right now. It's not about tomorrow, it's happening now. Communication with other beings too, happening right now. So really it would behoove people to get themselves together quick so they can face realities. I mean realities that they don't know anything about. The best way is to have imagination and to have some faith. By having some faith, they can open some doors. Because when you don't have faith, it's very bad. And I'm not speaking from a religious point of view. I'm just speaking from my heart. That if they have faith, they'll make it.
A vast doorway to another dimension of being. The airy concept of being, out on the vibrating plains of outer space. My world is the spaceway, the broad road that never ends, an endless channel that connects the world upon world upon world upon world, the galaxies upon galaxies upon galaxies upon galaxies of the cosmos space. Thus is the doorway of my world. Pause at its threshold. Think a while before you enter. For once having entered, there is no turning back. Once having entered, there is no turning back. Walk toward the brilliant circles of tomorrow. Walk toward the brilliant circles of tomorrow that turn each other, wheel, turning wheel. For every wheel is the will, and the will is the power of the fire of the spontaneous mind. One day soon I will reach into the darkness and touch the stars, place them in other places where I would have them, pattern them in other design galaxies into another design of another tomorrow destiny.
The music is the image, is the music, is the image, the sound image, the image sound. Sound image of the cosmos, world approach, journey. The music is like a journey, which is endless, with unscheduled pauses, now and then to synchronize the cold momentum dimension to environmental light or darkness, equation, balance, image or improvisational rhythm, harmony, melody, alter, counterpoint, blueprint, power. The vibrations of the sound may seem the same as other music, but the meaning of the sounds takes separate directions at the crossroads of destiny, and the duality, multiplicities of the altered destiny. The music is not only just music, it touches and projects other dimensions, time, zones, eternities of cosmos, infinities, spiral, parables, The parallels of feeling parables, which are instruments for. The instruments are not only just instruments, the people are the instruments. That's how the music goes. That's what the music is.
That's what the music says. That is how I say the music. Music is a journey. That's what the music says. That is how I say the music. Music is a journey. The journey is endless. It is a sound endlessness. Communication language point. It is a sound endlessness. Communication language point. Endless sound is a universal language. Because that is what the music is. Equations bridge. Across the bridge of sound. That is what the music is. The universal language. The bridge communication sound. There's no other way to speak to everyone in language so that each can understand except through the music. How can you speak to the world except through the music? How can you speak to other planets except through the music? The music lets them know. The music lets them know where you're at and what you are. If you are pure, the music is pure. The music is your destiny. The music is your testing ground. It is your choice that tells the tale when all else fails. Pure music is what you must face. You've got to face the music. You got to face the music. If you limit, if you reject, if you do not consider, if you are selfish, earthly bound, pure music is your nemesis. You cannot pretend. You will accept or you will reject. There is no middle ground. The mirror of your music tells a tale. There's no middle ground. You will accept or you will reject. You got to face the music. The mirror of pure music is a negative field that photographs the image, mind, impression, and psychic self, even the potential immediate altered destinies. That is the mirror on the wall above the handwriting layer. See the mirror on the wall above the handwriting there. It is invisible to all. It is a mirror you must hear. Invisible vibration rhythms. Harmonic sound is hidden in each melody. It is never what it seems to be. You can only hear the mirror. You can only hear what the mirror says, no more, no less. You must hear what the mirror sees, no more, no less is ever allowed. The sound music is what you see. The sound music is what you see of you that sound. If you're not sound, then you're not pure. Pure is real sincerity, and pure knows pure is sound. true. It's all what the music says of you. It's not what the music you say of it. It's all what the music says of you. It's not what you say of it. If educational systems fail, it is not pure music's fault. In education sanctuaries, pure music still is not allowed. There's no music there. If government system fails, it is not pure music's fault. If governments fail, it is not pure music's fault. In government sanctuaries, pure music is still not allowed. This is not pure music's fault. Governments fail. If people die, it is not pure music's fault. They never gave pure music a chance. Pure is real sincerity. Pure is real sincerity, sound and true. And so it is the end of the world, just like I said before.
Don't you know that yet?
Nothing will ever be the same anymore. I tried to tell them about what they were facing. They were too busy to listen to me. Now what do you see? The end of their world. What are the musicians going to play now? Can't play what they played before. That kind of world isn't here anymore. They can't play what they played before. That kind of world is not here anymore. What do they have to say? What can they say to people? Music is a language. What do musicians have to say? What do they have to say to people? What do they have to say now? Is it important to people what they have to say? Is it important to themselves what they have to say? They can't just play anymore. They can't just play. The world is dying. Every day, they can't just play their instruments just to play. The world is dying every day. What do musicians have to say? What do they have to say while the world is dying? Every day. Can they make the people listen? Can they make the people hear? Can they make the people see? Can they make the people live? Can they do that? What good is the music if they can't do that? What good is the music if they can't do that? They got to speak to the people. They got to tell them what it's all about. They've got to speak to the people. Now.
Well, I want to say that some of the things I'm basing the music on, the fact that music is vibrations. Now, to me, music is also myth science too, because the world is moving over into these mythical things like going to the moon and space platforms and all kind of things. It has really become a reality. So the music has to move on along too, because musicians have to express what's happening with people. Now, there are people that are doing that and working toward it. But mainly speaking, music is vibration. Well, according to what I'm doing things from the assumption that everything is music, like the people are music, and the people are also instruments. When they come to hear my band, at some time during the performance, the people become part of the band. They become instruments, you might say. So all the music is according to the coordination of itself to a synchronization point. That is, it reaches its soulmate, you might say. I mean by that, everything in the universe has a sort of coordinate another part of itself, an alter self. Everything moves over into the duality thing. So a person might seem to be oneness, but actually that person is the two-ness. Now this music moves over into that duality plane about the two-ness. So a lot of times my music touches over into the realm of not, which I consider the realm of not a realm of myth, that no one knows where, but it is always there. Also it's based on choices and decisions and determining factors. It comes to a place where it is expressing that without spirit, earthly forms and names are meaningless and empty shells. It comes to the point that a lot of people are walking around like empty shells, so they need something to fill them. That's where the music come in. And then if they get the music in themselves, they won't be empty shells, they'll have some sound bodies, because that's what it's about with the words. So another thing is that I was going on the assumption that I felt that I didn't want my mind indoctrinated with status quo-ness, de-energizing, complacent things concerning life. I'm moving on a point of moving towards something that always is, that doesn't have any not beingness. I'm also basing the music on alter self attunement. Now by alter self, I feel that the destiny of this planet of people is really, they always headed toward doom. My music is representing happiness. It's not toward that doom thing, because it doesn't have to be like that. Nothing on this planet has to be the way it is, but you have to substitute something for it. Just like if a road is out, you take a detour. So I feel that most things on this planet are inverted truth delusions, because it's not, nothing is really what it seems to be. And that is why I have to express what I have to express. And I have to express what I feel I am from a natural point of view, feeling that planet awareness is necessary at this point. Yet I'm not trying to depreciate the forms and progress of man, because man has had a hard time getting up to where he's gotten. It's a big universe, and for a man to achieve anything in a universe this big is a miracle, considering all the errors that he makes. And so I'm not trying to tear down any man, because those who have done things progressive, in respect for all the men who ever lived and built bridges and did all kind of things, then that's not what my thing is about. It's really about evoluting people up to the point where they can really be their natural and their better self, and everybody can be happy, not necessarily from some kind of reward because they've been righteous or good, because I really haven't met any good people yet on the planet. But just that the whole universe is a very happy place, and it has nothing to be sad about. So actually humans don't have anything to be sad about, although they do have tremendous problems. But they wouldn't be problems if they just feel what they're supposed to do to solve the problem without even thinking about the intellectual approach of those particular things, because that hasn't done anything. But nature has a solution and an answer to any problem, and all they have to do is to get in tune with nature and become nature's friend, and nature will tell them what to do about everything.